All right. Shout out to Gentle Wise here. Don't let the name fool you. She is anything but, because you get the knowledge dropped on you. You know, I try to have a certain amount of time I read a day, and if I happen to be watching a video or something that she's commented on, I usually fulfill it. No, but serious, yeah. And since I put it in there, if you have a question, I will oblige for those that read those. But Miss Wise says, Diana, Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland, off with their heads. As the Queen's coffin gets carried on a cannon, which represents the gun, the gorge, the George, old Georgie Porgy, the opening, the gap, aka the throat, like the vocal cords, the voice, head cut off by the throat, and all ritualistic as we know. And it's funny, cut off by the throat, off with their heads, and I just loaded that one about Ashura and the dude's head getting cut off in 680 CE. You can see the echo, which is the echo here. Diana, who is the queen of the people, queen of the hearts. There's those quotes, as you know, for those that are new and wondering, like, what is Alice in Wonderland? That's the story. That's the story we're given, but it's all allegory and analogy. So that's where this comes from. But just to help out, because I was there too, and I get it. That's what the knowledge is for. But, whoops. That's what the knowledge is for, but if we're not able to convey it, then aren't we lacking in the wisdom? Which is funny, because I said that to Krishnan. Oh man, hold on. In this for you, it's just weird how this stuff comes, but it's my very first video here. I was doing this crappy thing, talking about how, God dang YouTube, and then the comments not being there, but anyway, Krishnan, this other guy, who's very, not out there, but in terms of just where he's at. And when you start watching him, and then Scottish, I believe, got that thick accent. So not only is he doing the decodes, but you have to, if you're not used to that, you got to decode what he's saying even. But man, finding those connections, people just aren't going to get it. And I said, I see this in comments all the time. So hopefully this is something that you see, all these fascination in the numbers and the connections, and that's how I know that there's something, and nobody can tell me otherwise, because not only have I heard these stories before, but I have empirically seen it and experiencing it in almost real time as I'm trying to show. And sorry there, get off in a bit of tangent, but just to let you know, I am here for that. I'm not gonna sell you a t-shirt. I'm not gonna thank you to. I'm not gonna tell you what to think. I'll present ideas. That's what this is. Isn't that what figuring things out is? Presenting these ideas, these theories, the theology, ideology, idolatry. It's hard to figure this stuff out at first, but it's there, and it's always been there, and that's what I talk about with these echoes, and that represents it even in this comment. But I'll get to that. But what I said, I love this. Thank you. I'll share. And this will even highlight what I'm talking about. Here we go. World War I. And all we're going to do, don't get caught up in what it says, but also look at the WW and those dates. 11th of November, and not only, and of course we can go into the car and everything with the armistice that was signed on the 11/11 at the 11th hour. You know, don't get caught up into that. Just look at 18, right? Spanish flu, 1918, April 1920. And again, I've got a decent education in terms of the indoctrination of the story. I hate all these words, man. I don't really remember this, but look at this. And is this an injection? An injection? I'm not denying it, but I mean, I know about the wars. World War I, World War II. I even know what's coming up. So hold on. Oh, hold on. World War. Red Scare. And we see the players here, and we see when this happened, right? I know this story too. I remember reading about that in school. But not that or that, you know? So then we go here. WW2. Magic. 45, right? The second Red Scare, which immediately after World War II was preoccupied with the perception that national or foreign communists were infiltrating or subverting U.S. society and the federal government. Of course, we got that idea too. Are you staying with me? Right after that, we had this. Campaign. That was done on a special date too. Anybody that's done this, what we're told, is 10/28, right? The Gates' birthday. 10/28 days left. Yep. Oh, hold on. Stay with me. The Cutter incident. How America's first polio vaccine led to a growing vaccine crisis. More than 200,000 children in 5 western and midwestern USA states received a polio vaccine in which the process of inactivating the live virus proved to be defective. Within days, there were reports of paralysis, and within a month, the first mass vaccination program against polio had to be abandoned. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you, or hopefully trying to show you how to think and how these are echoed, how these ideas are echoed. And remember this too, that gaff when they were pulling out, and that shot of the copper, the helicopter, excuse me. The same one in Vietnam, Saigon, yes? You know what I'm saying? Do you see how that? that echoes through time. And of course, we had the war, and after 2001, we know what happened then. Yeah? We know what happened then. 19 years later, we know what happened then. Story in the stars. What's going on now? So it comes full circle again. So for those that are new, and I hate saying that, God, I hate this language. I hope this helps. Cheers.